This is 2018, my friends. You can operate a business from anywhere in the world. You don't need to be based at your locale where you are. You know, I live here in Glen Eagles, but I only go through to Glasgow once a week if I'm lucky. I do a lot of business down south. You can pick up the phone. You've got FaceTime these days. You've got conference calls through Zoom and other conferencing software. You can pick up the phone and speak to people, WhatsApp calling, Facebook calling. It's never been any easier to be connected with the whole world. Hi folks, Paul McFadden here. So in today's episode we're going to talk about how you can invest in property in the UK while living abroad. In fact, the strategies that we teach, 90% of what we teach can be applied anywhere globally. We've got students that come through our Property Protege program from Australia, New Zealand, all over Europe, the States, South America, Central America. Yeah, we've pretty much covered, we've even got someone from South Africa as well. So we're pretty much covering most continents, all right? So we're speaking to many people. We've got a lot of people from all over the world who have invested into our Property Protege program who are doing this in their own respective countries. Now, the reason why I'm covering this today about operating a business, investing in the UK, is because it's a common question I get. I just got this question in through my LinkedIn. So here's one for you. I like to answer your questions. In fact, if we're not connected on Instagram, let's make sure we're connected. I do Insta stories all the time, and I tend to, when I've got time, ask you to write in and tell me your questions, and I'll answer those over Insta stories. So let's make sure we're connected on Instagram, but you can get me on LinkedIn or Instagram, Facebook. I don't hang out there that much. I'm active on it, my page and all that kind of stuff. You can maybe connect with my personal Facebook profile, send me a friend request, drop me a message. I've got a whole bunch of friend requests. I tend not to accept them if someone's not sent me a message to know who it is. So reach out if you want to connect, and yeah, feel free to ask me questions, and I'll take the questions on the podcast when I can. Just go to either follow paulmcfadden.com or go to paulmcfadden.com. paulmcfadden.com. You'll be able to connect with me on all the different social media platforms. So this one here came in from Gary. He's talking about he's got a few different challenges. He'd love to do the class, he'd love to invest in the UK, he doesn't live in the UK, so he's wondering whether that's a problem. More importantly, he can't attend our course in person. So let me just talk about a couple of things. First and foremost, we have an online training program. So our Property Protege program, before you attend the Property Protege, you have to go through 15 hours of online content. That's the pre-content before you do the 4 live day event. Now the 4 live day event, we've also got that fully recorded as well. So those who can't make it in person, we can give you access to our whole Property Protege program. It's the same investment as if you were attending in person, nothing changes there. And what we do over and above is we'll keep the door open for you to attend in person at some point in the future, so you still get that in-person experience, but you still get the tools and resources to be able to start applying that and take action now. So you should never hold back. So providing you've got an internet connection wherever you are in the world, you'll be able to get access to the content and you can start applying this. Now I'm going to give one person example, right? Dave Ashley, one of our platinum members. Now we had a platinum call last night, or it was a Zoom call, there were a whole bunch of people on, people sharing their insights, their wins, their successes. Now he's living in Doha, in the Middle East. Okay, so he's living there. He's originally from Scotland, living in Doha now, and he's got 2 joint ventures on the go right now with another platinum member down south. So he's doing deals down south. 2 joint ventures are buying flips, so he's invested with those investors to make some money. He's also had his marketing campaign kicked off in his Goldmine area, which when he was over in the UK, he started getting some of his marketing stuff. However, he's been corresponding with people from Doha, where he's working, to people in the UK to get the marketing distributed and put out. So you can run your business. I mean, my wife is from Costa Rica. We spend 2-3 months at a time in Costa Rica 2 or 3 times a year, and we still operate our businesses from there. This is 2018, my friends. You can operate a business from anywhere in the world. You don't need to be based at your locale where you are. I live here in Glen Eagles, but I only go through to Glasgow once a week if I'm lucky. I do a lot of business down south. You can pick up the phone. You've got FaceTime these days, you've got conference calls through Zoom and other conferencing software. You can pick up the phone and speak to people, WhatsApp calling, Facebook calling. It's never been any easier to be connected with the whole world. Now, again, if you get the knowledge just like Dave, and Dave's one of many other people who are doing this. He's just a perfect example of someone who's got 2 joint ventures on the go down south. He's potentially looking to invest in a land development deal as well in the UK, here in Scotland. He's looking at a couple of other options. He's got preferred investors lined up from, other countries, from all over the place that he's talking to and communicating because of his line of work being a pilot. And he's got those preferred investors lined up, ready to invest into other deals as well. And again, he's talking about how that he's starting to get response from his marketing campaign through to his mobile, that if he didn't want to take it on his mobile himself, he could set that up to an all-day PA system that takes calls for you and emails you with the information on a call from people responding to your marketing. And also what he said through his marketing is he's got a few properties to go and view, and he's partnered up with someone else here who can go out and view those properties and check the properties, do a video walkthrough, send the information back to Dave for Dave to do his due diligence. You can completely outsource your business if you know what you're doing. You can still be in charge of doing a lot of the things remotely. So you should never allow distance to be the thing that holds you back. Now, if those people who are writing the questions talking about I'd love to do your program, Paul, but I'm abroad, I can't make it over, then I've taken away that objection. You've got all the content online. You still get all the support. Everything's there for you. Dave is one example of many people who've shown that they can do this. We have a lot of people who are in the oil and gas industry who want to get involved in property, rightly so, because the way the oil and gas industry has been over the last couple of years is very volatile. And again, they want to be active when they're, not, offshore. But when they're onshore, what do they do? Well, again, if they've got an internet connection, they could be doing study, they could be coordinating a lot of things, they could do gold mining and research. There's no excuse. I just won't buy into any excuse that you've got for being in a different location as being the reason why you're not doing the work to build a property business. If anything, you should be making the most of being remote, being away to set yourself up to invest in the UK, to do deals in the UK. Now, Gary's specific question here, he's got a couple of specific questions in that, but one of the things that he's really talking about is that he's been told that because he works abroad and pays no tax because of the country he's in, it's not possible to get a buy-to-let. Now, there's many ways that you can get a buy-to-let portfolio in the UK. You could have joint venture partners, you could set up a limited company, you could buy cash, then refinance your money for a commercial loan. There's so many options. You don't know what you don't know. So I'm glad that Gary's kind of asking this question, because I'm going to be dropping a message when this gets released so you can listen to this. And for anyone else who's thinking the same, you don't know what you don't know. And I've got many investors who are not in the UK, not living in the UK, who are still investing in the UK, whether it's cash, whether it's utilising the right type of mortgages that are available for expats or people who are not living in the UK. There's ways and means, there's different structures of doing that. It's very simple and straightforward. It's a lot easier and it's a lot within your grasp. It's well within your grasp, you don't even realise it. So location should never be a problem. It should never be the thing that holds you back. If it was, I wouldn't spend as much time as I do in Costa Rica and holidaying as well, because if my business would just die if I couldn't operate it in another country. So don't let location be the very thing that holds you back. And for those that are sitting there thinking about property protege, whether it's the right fit for you, 90% of what we cover works all over the world. The 10% is down to the legals in terms of the conveyancing process to actually purchase the property, and currency. The currencies are different in most countries. That's it. If anything, it's tougher to do property in the UK because we're governed by more laws and regulations. The stuff that we do right now today in the UK, when I implement that in Costa Rica, as one example, I clean up because you can do so much more. You can be a bit more aggressive. You can structure things a bit differently. It's easier in other countries, and I've seen that while working with those people who are in our program who operate outside of the UK. So there's a whole podcast to talk about location. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you just do the work, apply what you learn. You can make this a success regardless to where you are in the world. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed today's podcast. All the best, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye for now.